You can't just ad lib in the World Series. You have to play hard, and this series could be determined by one run. So to say, whoa, guys, we're just going to wait for the homer, that's not a recipe for success.
Okay, so today we're going to start with Tell the Tape on the lineups. We covered starters, we covered relievers. Now let's move to the lineups. And I think this one's really difficult. So I'm going to just sit out. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to participate. But what do you guys think? Which lineup is better? The Yankees lineup or the Dodgers lineup?
Well, Kratz didn't answer the question, so I guess I'll go first. It's going to take him a while.
Kratz, you're supposed to let us know so we can put this cool little graphic on the bottom.
Claude's been asking for about 5 days. Anyway.
No. He did answer. He did.
Don't give him credit. It took him till like 5 seconds ago.
He just thought of it.
Let's go. Can we just go over like the first players? Like, can we just go one through the order? Or we don't have time for that?
I mean, you can. If you can.
I mean, this is outstanding, by the way. Both bottom of the lineups have been hitting.
Yeah.
Just look at man. Freddie Freeman expected to be ready, so you got to put him in there.
Yeah.
Torres, Ohtani leading off. I mean,
they're totally different. But my thing is, Ohtani's their best hitter, right?
Yeah.
But he's leading off, so you can't.
Yeah, we can't compare.
Go like we can't. One by one.
I'm picking the Yankees. Forget it. Okay. I'm interrupting you because you interrupted me. I'm still picking the Yankees. I just think, for me, the reason is a couple veterans at the bottom of the lineup. Verdugo action, a little Rizzo action, and Volpe has been playing really well. Mm-hmm. I like his defense at shortstop. Stanton has been absolutely unbelievable. I'm waiting for Jazz Chisholm to have that big moment in the playoffs here. Gleyber's been great. Soto's been great. I know they have a really good plethora. Ohtani, Betts, Freeman. Is Tommy Edman going to do it again? Track record says no to me. Max Muncy, that might be the X factor again. This guy is an absolute stonewall killer in the batter's box. He looks like he knows what's coming every time. But then you look at the bottom lineup there. They've been doing good, but I think it's because the Yankees bottom lineup. I'm going to go with them. And I keep saying Volpe again. I just really enjoy watching his at-bats. He's seeing the ball better, especially on off-speed pitches, and he's keeping that front hip intact. He's keeping it straight and forward. So only problem I got with the Yankees is they're catching. The catchers need to hit, even though Trevino's only got 2 at-bats. Where is Austin Wells going to step up in this playoffs? That's my only downfall, but I still take the Yankees. Kratz?
I hear you. I'll hear what you say, and I'll disagree, but I think it's in the exact same spot in the lineup. Obviously, I think the top part of the Yankees lineup is better than the Dodgers' top part currently today. I think the combination of how hot Gleyber is, how great of a hitter Soto is, what kind of damage Judge can do, and what Giancarlo has done in the playoffs, historic type of stuff, is better than the top 4 of the Dodgers currently. It's not exponentially better. I think it is just better. I think the separator is exactly where you said, in the bottom of the lineup. And I think Volpe has had some great at-bats for the Yankees. I think you said he's keeping that front hip in. He's taking the ball to right field. He's not rolling over on as many breaking balls. Now he's making them come into the zone, and he's not just trying to pull that ball. He's driving it to right center because they're going to throw to him. They can't afford to walk those guys. I think this is where the managers come in and how they will stack their lineups. I think Doc has a much deeper back end of the lineup than what Aaron Boone has. If you're throwing Rizzo, Verdugo, and Jazz Chisholm in this lineup, I don't feel like that same matchup, because you're also throwing Wells in there. I don't feel like those 4 match up against what Kike can do, what Will Smith can do, what Teoscar can do, and not even talk about the NLCS MVP. I just think the Dodgers lineup is deeper, and they're playing deeper right now, and that is why I give the Dodgers the edge.
Okay. Yeah, I was close, like coin flip status, but I'm actually going to go Yanks based off Torres and Volpe.
I thought you were going the other way.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought this up on Fair Territory because I was a pinch hitter host today with Ken, and it's close. But for me, what Glaber's doing at the top of the lineup is just ridiculous
It's
right
ridiculous.
now. So you wouldn't expect it necessarily just based on the year that he had, but seeing what he's doing, and I don't think it changes, and seeing what Volpe's doing, I just think those guys are the difference maker for me. I mean, they're essentially getting on base like stars, and then you do have the stars in Soto and Stan, and I do think Judge is going to have a good series too. So I agree with Kratz. I think the advantage on the Dodgers side is the depth at the bottom of the lineup, but I'm still giving the edge to what the Yanks have at the top to put it over the top. I do have one follow-up question here.
And so do I when you're done.
You want to go first?
If it's the same question, I'm going to be.
You do yours first. I bet you it's not the same.
I wanted to
Do
ask.
it at the same time. Do it at the same time. Ready?
It's based around one word. Ready? One.
Wait. All right. I'm going to say one word too with you.
Okay. One.
Because
two,
my answer is.
but like the theme.
Yeah.
Okay. One, two, three.
X
running.
Factor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
See? All right, you go first.
I wanted to know, Kratzy, who's the X Factor on the Yankees?
Are we doing the X Factors today? I'm so nervous.
Or were we going to do them down the road?
I don't know. I mean, you could throw something out there. Why? Because you wanted to do it tomorrow, Kratz? Like you don't feel ready yet?
You're going to have a whole new crowd of people watching
really
tomorrow.
Nervous about
Yeah, he
X
does.
Factors.
He does, man.
Who's the X Factor on the Yankees? The X Factor on the Yankees?
Hold on. Wait. Let's all say it together again. How about that?
Okay. Ready?
One, two, three.
Volpe. Judge is not an X Factor.
He is. He's been struggling. He's got to be that guy.
Yeah.
The X Factor is whoever is going to sway the series. You can say like X Factor isn't like we're not. It's not. It's not like Duke Ellis. Oh, Duke Ellis is the X Factor. Nestor Cortez's 4 innings he's going to throw as the X Factor. No. Who's going to sway this series? The Yankees win. Judge has a huge, huge series.
Agree.
That's rude. Did you hear him call out Ken Rosenthal just now? He threw shade. Ken Rosenthal's catching strays right now because he said you can't say Nestor Cortez is the X Factor, but that's Ken's X Factor.
Oh my God.
That's Ken's X Factor?
It is. He told us yesterday.
Ken, wear it.
All right. X Factor for the Dodgers. Can we do that one since we do the
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, I need a second though. Why, you guys are already ready? I mean, I know based off what you guys are saying, you're probably going to say Ohtani, but that's just not the way that I sway.
Nope.
If I tell you what I'm going to say, you'll know. Like if I give you a hint, so I'm not even
One,
going to say it.
I actually have it. Okay.
Three.
Bullpen.
I don't even know what we all just said. What'd you say?
Bullpen.
Bullpen? Who's that?
Everybody in the bullpen.
That's the game 3 or 4 starter for them.
Yes, that's my X Factor is the bullpen game.
Okay.
See, now that can't be an X Factor.
Yes, it can.
You need a player.
Oh, you want a player?
No.
Kopech then.
Okay.
Kopech. I like that.
Kratz.
Wait, no. He's so good. He can't be an X Factor.
Here he goes. This guy, he's on one today. You got one more warning, and you're getting another hour reprieve tomorrow. Just so you know.
I'll take my hour at 3:00. Okay.
Who did you pick?
Yeah, who's yours?
Hey, Oscar.
Oh, how about you?
Tommy Edman, because he was NLCS MVP, and I'm like, is he going to be like that, or is he going to be an average hitter? Because what he did last round, if he's hitting like that, I mean,
might be game over. Yeah,
but law of averages and the way the game plays and the way that they're going to counter what he did in the last round says, is he going to be that dangerous? Probably not.
Yeah,
is he going to replicate? If he replicates that, if he's getting on base half the time with hits and he's hitting homers like that, I mean, come on. That's an X factor.
Can Tim Mesa and Tim Hill, can they navigate Ohtani to Freeman to Max Muncy? And if they're trying to get 5 outs out of those guys, or, basically because you're going to have to face Mookie in between there and you're going to have to face Teoscar in between there, are they going to make them push that far through the lineup? That's why I see Teo being a huge, huge piece, because they're going to sit there and they're going to go, we got a righty in here. We're going to pitch around Freddie. If Freddie's healthy, then we're going to try to get Teo because we're going to go after him because they don't want to walk him to get to Max, who has had some of the biggest Dodger home runs in recent postseason history.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was good. All right, let me get to my question now. So I was texting with a buddy yesterday who's a diehard Yanks fan, but actually lives in L.A., checks out Dodger games, the whole deal.
It's Don Mattingly. Go ahead.
Donnie Baseball was like, all right, are the Yankees going to be drunk again in the World Series on the base paths? And I talked to Rosenthal today on Fair Territory about this as well, but he was very concerned about what he has seen from the Yankees, not just in the playoffs, all season long. He's like, this has been a problem all season. If you go by stats, and there are base running stats these days that are pretty good, they ranked the worst. I think it was BSR was the one where they ranked the worst. So when we were going back and forth, I was like, can I pose this? And I'll ask, obviously, the players. Do you think it's being talked about in prep, in meetings at all heading into this series where they're like, hey, guys, we cannot make mistakes on the bases in a series like this. And what we need to do is play it a little bit more safe because our flavor of baseball does not revolve around grabbing the extra base as much as possible. Some teams do that aggressively. The Yankees don't need to do that, and the Yankees still are a team that's built around power. They're generally going to win games because some of the big boys hit home runs. You know what helps? If the guys are on the bases, no matter where they are, you get an extra run for that.
I don't necessarily think it might be something, hey, man, let's just be smart in these situations. But I don't want to take the over-aggression out of these guys. Listen, they've made some mistakes. Don't get me wrong. The one I think about, Jazz stealing third base and getting caught up, like he had a monster lead and a monster jump. Like, maybe be a little more subtle about things. I don't want to take any aggression away from anybody. That might cost you a game if you are all of a sudden hesitant of getting to an extra base, going first to third on a ground ball to right field. Yeah, you might be out. Don't get me wrong, but that one time that you do make it, sac fly, error, get the guy in, I don't ever want to take the aggression out of anybody, especially in the World Series. Now, they got to know the circumstances. If you're up 3, chill out a little bit. If you're down 1, we need you to get the second, maybe take a chance. Like, that's just part of the game that I think needs to stay there with the Yankees.
Okay.
The base running, the BRS, whatever it is, BSR.
The bull sugar.
There is bull sugar. They calculate that a lot based on, are you taking that extra base? And the team is not built to take the extra base. The team is built to hit a homer. They have played more of, I know everyone's going to remember the home runs, but there was times when guys were taking the ball and hitting it to right field. That's why Gleyber has had the series he's had. He is taking inside pitches, carving it to right. He's taking that breaking ball down and away, driving it back up the middle. So when you're putting guys on base, moving them around, you have to do exactly what Todd said. Still be aggressive. You just have to know when you're not Anthony Rizzo, 28 years old, running around the bases. You have to know, Jazz, we're not in Miami, and if you steal third, nobody really cares. Like, the scouting reports are out. This stuff is talked about. It matters when you are going into a game. If you were not listening to the scouting report, like, this guy at second, he is a 2-look guy every time. You have to know that. If he's not always a 2-look guy and you think he's a 2-look guy, you can't just ad-lib in the World Series. You have to play hard, and this series could be determined by 1 run. So to say, whoa, guys, we're just going to wait for the homer, that's not a recipe for success when you're playing the 2 best teams against each other on the biggest stage.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.